Hey Creed, can you take me higher?
Not much for a city boy, but the women I find in my sauce is soy. Can't call myself a countryman, cause I sit on my don't work my land. One of these days I'll give a damn. Till then, well, I am what I am. Just call me a New York redneck. Where's the banjo? Play that Bella thing, yeah. And I might be high class, but my liquor is more. They took my land, so it ain't my fault. Just call me a New York redneck. Ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Finna bet on some horses at the track. Driving to Brooklyn, ain't never coming back. Tim's on the ground in the concrete jungle. I might get into a little rumble. Ain't nothing but a high-tailing man, bred on the farm, so I work with my hands. Just call me a New York redneck.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 14 of the Sportsman Dan Show. Thank everybody for tuning in. Today I'm going to open it up with a mail day. I got a couple cool, pretty small cards from eBay. This first one for the PC is the 2025 Topps Archives Black Foil Parallel of Coby Mayo. You can see there with the Orioles orange uniform, the black foil really pops. Still need to remove it there from the card guard. I mentioned my forearm in the last issue, or in the last episode. My forearm issue in the last episode, excuse me. So try not to pull a lot of cards out of sleeves. I never thought that would be a painful thing to do. Anyway, it's a super cool little parallel there. $2.85 eBay snipe. So pretty happy with that purchase. Like I said, right to the PC. Another card I got in today was the ECU Connor Norby 2021 Prism refractor. I really like these 2021 college baseball Prism cards. I also have this Vinny Pasquantino on ODU. Again, you can find these. Let me pull it up. Actually, I have it right here, but I believe this one was... Yeah, $2.24 total with shipping. So another nice little small eBay buy for the PC. For those of you who aren't as familiar with my fanhood for Connor Norby, he did sign this Topps Now card for me. Big fan of him, right? I love the ECU Pirates. So nice little in-person auto. You see the auto got a 9, but the card grade got a 4. That's when I was still shoving cards in my pockets and getting them signed. But I also have this cool Connor Norby Tier 1 2025 game use patch numbered 1 to 5. But it's more than a patch. It's actually a game use button. It's another cool card there. Those are not from the mail day, but you can touch on Connor Norby. I had to show some cool cards. For my next reoccurring segment, we're going to talk about this day in history. So today is February 24th, 2026. But way back when, in 1989, Panamanian boxing legend Roberto Durán won his 4th world title total in different weight divisions when he beats Iran Barkley in a 12-round split decision in Atlantic City. He was 37 years old when he did that. Now, Roberto Durán is one of my favorite boxers. Hands of stone, absolute legend. And I'm showing this picture here because most people know him from the Sugar Ray Leonard No Mas. Now, they fought twice. In the first fight, he did beat Sugar Ray. Now Sugar Ray definitely outclassed him in the second fight. Roberto Durán was allegedly partying pretty hard in New York City leading up to the rematch, and but all credit due to Sugar Ray. He changed up his footwork. It's a great fight. I used to be a lot more into boxing in college. But no, Roberto Durán, I saw that today when I was looking up, eventful things on February 24th, and I was like, oh, a chance to talk about Roberto Durán. There's a good movie that came out about him not too long ago that did a pretty good job of covering his story. I didn't think it was the best, But if you go on YouTube and just watch some of his fights, that would be my recommendation. As you can see in this photo, he led with his head. He was not afraid to get hit. Smaller guy, but there was something about his hands. There's a reason why I said hands of stone. It literally seems like he had cinder blocks in his gloves, the way he would punch guys. And speaking of recurring segments, it is episode 14's Coby Mayo Corner. So for those of you who have been under a rock, Coby Mayo is now the starting third baseman of the Baltimore Orioles again. I know there has been a lot of questions about him defensively, and I think a lot of that is from people with a small sample size underrating his athleticism. But I don't know if people have been paying attention. He's made a couple good plays at third. It's still very early, but the bat's coming alive as well. A single and a double. Again, very, very early. But for those of you paying attention to the Orioles, it's a fun young team. Another prospect I've kind of talked about, maybe I should save it for prospect talk, but Dylan Beavers recently started in center field, and I don't know if a lot of people expected that. Of course, the outfield is it's a bit of a logjam there in Baltimore. But no, it's cool to see Coby get the run at third. Surprised by some of his defensive plays at third base coming up. Not me. Personally, I won't. I'm going to expect it. But no, it's cool to see, and I hope it continues for him. And now's the perfect time in spring. Just, stay healthy, keep the swing smooth. But it is, there is pressure, I think, for him, knowing that there are a lot of eyes on you. But that's what being in the majors is all about. And I guess what better chance to kind of get through those growing pains than in spring training, knowing it's kind of your job to lose. So it's definitely an interesting thing to watch. I've been tuning in, and I really like what I see so far. All right, I kind of just alluded to it, but prospect talk today. I had mentioned Connor Norby, and I think he's exactly who I want to key in on my prospect talk. I've been listening to the Ball Card Show and recently joined their Discord, and they have a great prospect talk, sort of sub in the Discord. I'm 30. I'm old. I'm still learning all this. But anyway, I realized I need to, first of all, change my segment name from Prospect Talk, because I'm kind of stealing their thunder there. But with that, what is a prospect? I would say around 25 years old is when we think the cutoff is, but I think Connor Norby is an interesting case. He's had a career 489 at-bats, a career WAR of 1, like a batting average of 245, 17 home runs, 120 hits, 11 stolen bases, 54 RBIs, 74 runs. Solid stats, nothing crazy, but he is 25 years old, 261 days, so he's approaching his 26th birthday. A second-round pick in 2021, in my opinion, still a prospect. Once he hits 26, is he all of a sudden not a prospect? I think it's one of those mixture of injuries and age. I think you have to look at career at-bats. You have to look at their WAR, have they been effective in those at-bats. And I think if you have a positive WAR, and you're a highly enough touted prospect, right? First couple rounds, I think you have until 27 to officially lose your prospect status. But once you hit 27, it's officially gone. I know some people might disagree. Let me know in the comments. That's my take. I think 26 is going to be a very telling year for Connor Norby's career. I think most people know that. And as far as prospect status, I think it kind of goes hand in hand. That value of someone as a prospect versus once you lose it, you're just another, Mickey Moniak, right? Or Dylan Carlson. Life comes at you fast, and baseball is a business. So I'm curious what you guys think. How long is someone a prospect? What is your official cutoff? How do you rank it? I know Baseball America and the MLB have their own sort of, rookie status and their official rankings. But for me personally, I would still consider Connor Norby a prospect at 25 years old. That's pretty much everything I had for today. It'll be a short episode, up before the sun. It's kind of nice. Might have to make a habit of this, but no, I don't typically expect to be up this early, nor should anyone. Enjoy your sleep. But no, that's it for episode 14. We'll be back soon with another episode of the Sportsman Dan Show, and I'm going to stay committed to the recurring segments, prospecting, this day in history, and of course, the Coby Mayo Corner, which I left the banner up much too long. If you enjoyed our intro music, that's the New York Redneck by the Sidewalk Slammers. I wrote that song with my brother. He recently recorded Quarter Life Crisis, a song he he wrote about turning 25 with First Wave Recording Studios. So that'll be coming out soon. You can check it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But that's it for my plugs. Check it out on Spotify if you haven't already. And I guess the subscribe, it does mean a lot. And I'll keep the content coming. Thanks, y'all.